Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome. It is, as it always is, so lovely to have you all here. Luca, Josh, T-Dragon, Chris, Stitch, Mickey, Lizard. I feel like I missed someone. Greg. God, so many people here so early. It is lovely to have you all here right at the beginning of the stream. Also you, Nikki. Thank you. You're correct, but also you. And yeah, it's great to have everybody here. Luca, you dare use my powers against me? Early in the stream, Chris, and also Sundays are my earliest streams. Every other stream I do is 5:30 Eastern. This is 2:30 Eastern. Why? Because let me actually explain why I did this. When I first started streaming, one of the main things I wanted to do is I wanted to give people something to watch when Barry wasn't online. Because, you know, Barry's a big streamer. I understand a lot of people want to watch him. Frankly, I like watching Barry. So I specifically chose times when Barry wasn't online. And I initially started by doing days when Barry doesn't stream. So I started with Wednesdays and Saturdays. And I thought, hey, if Barry is live at 5:30, then if I go live at 5:30, it'll also be good. And then I added in Sundays, and I thought, well, I don't want to interfere with Barry, so I'll finish when Barry normally starts. Which, I guess, fine. But B, when Barry normally starts is a very, very vague concept. So, but anyway, that's why Sundays are at 2:30. And now, since I stream on Fridays at the same time as Barry, none of that has any purpose, but I still like to keep to my standard times. Luca do be cute. That's entirely true. Also, hi, Barry is not streaming. Is Barry streaming? I think not, because Barry is not streaming. Apparently. That's enough of the just chatting portion of today's stream. It is time, very excitingly, to get to the Phoenix Wright portion of this stream. And oh my, how many things happened. Hello, Summer. So last time, we basically conclusively proved that Edgeworth was not the killer. Oh, Summer, I was just doing it quick. I like to give a couple of minutes of chatting at the start of stream. So nothing particularly interesting. Oh yeah, Luca, I wasn't trying to compare myself to Barry. At the very beginning, when I started streaming, when I had been streaming for literally a couple of days, I think it was reasonable to be concerned that people would choose between me and Barry. Now I'm much more comfortable, I'm much more confident with my audience, and, I mean, y'all have given me reason to be. Greg, always. If your shout-out doesn't work, I'll just repeat it, because I don't think any of my mods are in chat at the moment. But yeah, look, I don't really worry about Barry's schedule so much anymore. Frankly, Fridays have proven that I don't need to. You know, I'm sure a lot of people have Barry's tab open at the same time, which is fine. I don't need your exclusive attention. God, this is the internet. If I needed your exclusive attention, we'd all die. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean, Josh. Yeah, shoutouts are only for mods, but guess what I can do? I can copy and also paste. Pikmin 3! God, I adore Pikmin. Why? Why must Pikmin 4 be withheld from us? I just won Pikmin 4! Miyamoto, why do you hate me? Anyway. So yeah. We pretty much conclusively proved last time that Edgeworth is innocent. That the killer was, in fact, the man who ran the boat shack, who was a security guard from 10 years ago, who got brain damage, and now he's run away. It was a whole thing. But also, we got notes, which are written in Von Karma's handwriting, which suggest that he gave the instructions. So, what? I guess. No problem, Summer. It's something that Killer Chair is heavily involved in. And so, yeah, we want to help. Honestly, Nikki, I get that. Sometimes chat is a bit more chaotic. Anyway, let's continue. Because we don't know where the old man is. God, this game gets crazy. It's so stupid, and I love it so much.
No! Well, it's him with his moustache and his pen and his jacket. Yes, Luca.
Shit, you can't see the game! Oh my god, I'm the worst streamer there ever was. I completely forgot. I was supposed to switch over. Like, when you started hearing the music, you should have been seeing stuff. Oh. Oh, we have fun here. I think I talked to this guy about everything, which is unfortunate, because I like doing his voice. I mean, I guess. That wouldn't be the worst thing ever, Nikki, but I think the game's more fun. Especially when I'm, like, doing the voice acting, hopefully. Old man, what do you think of this parrot?
Quite sorry. I have nothing to say concerning
that. What about the... Did I ever ask him about this? I don't know.
Gregory Edgeworth? He was a gifted man. His death was truly a loss. I wonder what would have become of Von Karma were he alive.
Fries and waffles. You don't get better than that. I mean, you do. I did not, Zizzy, and I even figured out why the pre-show happened. It is entirely due to a weird quirk of... So I don't actually use a Stream Deck, I just call it a Stream Deck. I use Touch Portal, which is great. I've got a tablet. It's a perfect size, it's a perfect everything. But there was... It occasionally has some weird things. And essentially, I ended up touching the Start Stream button when I couldn't see the Start Stream button because... it's a thing. Anyway. Let's go see Edgy Boy. Edgeworth, see this letter? This came out of the safe in the shack where that boat rental caretaker lives. I see. Revenge. On me? Who is that old guy anyway? I don't know. I thought we came to a conclusion. Whatever. Could he be an innocent defendant you got declared guilty or something? We already went through this. Nice, right? But I don't remember that old man. Not at all. So he was following this letter then? Which means there was someone else behind it. Now is the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. Two men, meaning myself and Robert Hammond. it also says this is your last chance. Last chance? Wait, maybe he's talking about the statute of limitations on the DL6 incident. Wait, that old man. What is it? Do you know who he is? Yogi. Could he be Yogi? Yogi? The suspect in the DL6 incident. The one who was found innocent. But we already went over it. Okay, maybe I have to go somewhere else. Yes! Yes, speak to Gumshoe! There's hardly anyone here. Everyone must be out looking for the old guy, Yogi. Ah, it's you! I don't think Gumshoe will be coming back today. He's staying out late looking for someone. Dang it! Sounds like Detective Gumshoe is pounding the pavement for real. We were wondering if we could check out the records room again. Well, no, I can't have just anyone wandering around in there. I'm not just anyone. I am the defense's attorney. What the fuck? I mean, yes, I get it. Maya should not be allowed in there. She is unrelated to the case and frankly a child. But I'm the attorney. But I guess Mr. Von Kammer is in there now anyway. Oh, you son of a bitch. Chat, get your tire irons ready. This dude's about to lose kneecap rights. You can go in as long as he's there. On Karma? Dude's fucking falsifying evidence. We know what he does. Yes, he just arrived, actually. And Karma's in the records room. Nick, let's hurry! Dusty as always. We were only here just yesterday. I'm sure they just haven't had time to clean. What's wrong, Nick? Nothing. I was just noticing that he isn't here. On Karma. Okay, but there is a conspicuously open drawer. God, what the... Sorry, I'm just looking at chat and discussions about the Netherlands and Belgium and all of that. I love that Europe is so small. Like, what? How can it be 45 kilometers to the Netherlands and also 65 to Belgium? Oh, Zizzy, that's a good piece of advice. He's hiding from us. Huh? One of the drawers here is open. Someone must have been looking in it recently. The label says, unsolved cases. Evidence. Unsolved cases? Nick! The file for DL6, it's completely empty. Yeah, but we have everything we needed, apparently. Canada is very big. I sometimes love it, and I sometimes hate it. What? What are you doing in here? You know, you never see him from this perspective. From Karma! You. How do you know my name? What the fuck? Bro, are you actually senile? Huh? Have we met? Lizard, that's a perfect emote. What are you saying? We see each other every day, don't we? We're Miles Edgeworth's defense team. Defense team? I beg your pardon. You see, I rarely remember defense attorneys. Oh, chat! Chat, we gonna knock his teeth out.
They are like bugs to me. Worthless things to be crushed.
I can see how this guy was Edgeworth's mentor. Hey, fuckface. Greg, thank you for the egg bit. Mr. Edgeworth is your student, right?
A romanticist who still can't shed that veneer of amateurism. Just like his father, always second-rate.
Mr. Von Karma, you had an axe to grind with Mr. Gregory Edgeworth, didn't you?
Me? A grudge against a mere defense attorney? Why?
Because he dealt a blow to your otherwise perfect trial record. So you did. But what I don't get is, why did you take his son under your wing afterwards? Phoenix, you do not know politics. Specifically, you do not know, like, medieval politics. This is entirely the way you do it. The son of your most bitter rival. Yeah, that's how you do it.
That, my dear attorney, is none of your business.
Hello, Gummy.
Tomorrow will be the last day of this trial. It's been a while since I've had a defense attorney last this long.
You know, there are several ways to interpret that sentence, and I'm going to take the lewdest one of all. Yeah, I lasted longer than any other defense attorney you've been with.
Still, you will lose in the end. Miles Edgeworth will admit his own guilt.
His guilt of 15 years ago, you mean?
You're quite the researcher. If you've done your homework so well, then certainly you must understand.
Yes, I understand there's a difference between murder and manslaughter. I understand that throwing a pistol in the dark whose bullet happens to hit somebody would never be classed as murder, that an 8-year-old, I think he was, would never be charged as an adult, that given the whole situation of low oxygen, he would almost certainly be acquitted of all charges. What the fuck is this world?
You know what Miles Edgeworth will tell the court tomorrow.
Also, yes, Chris, he threw the gun. The gun which fired twice. I'm not, Summer, but I don't need to be a lawyer to know that this game is stupid. Don't get me wrong, that's not a criticism. I adore that it's stupid. Oh, Andrew can't watch this game because he just has an aneurysm. We were right. So Von Karma is going to bring up DL6 in court tomorrow. Okay. But also, you can't just bring up a different court case. Like, we're currently in a particular trial. You have to organize time for this shit. Anyway. Here's shit with your handwriting on it. You a bitch. Mr. Von Karma, have a look at this. This was you, wasn't it? You instructed Yanni Yogi to commit murder.
Yanni Yogi. How many years has it been since I've heard him called by that name? He's a fool. I told him to burn it after he read it.
So you admit it? You wrote Mr. Yogi this letter. Your Honor, I object on the grounds that the prosecution is clearly a vampire. He's out for blood, not in the metaphorical sense. Yes, my dear defense attorney. Oh shit! Oh shit, I just remembered how this case ends, and it's fucking rad. I'd forgotten. It's amazing. Thank you for taking the trouble to bring it to me. You've saved me from a lot of needless hassle. What? Nick! What is that thing? A stun gun for self-defense, usually. Okay, we're in the fucking police building. Like, I know this guy has a lot of clout, but presumably he cannot use a taser on the defense attorney. Right? Whatever. Indeed. Oh, the problem is, being a shark, this will affect Phoenix even more strongly than it would a human. 600,000 volts will course through your body like a dog touching an electric fence. But at what amperage? It's the volts that jolts, it's the mils that kills. 600,000... Oh, don't worry. People don't die from it. Usually. I'm not people. I'm a shark and you're a vampire. This is clearly non-standard. Now, give me the letter. No! No! Whoa, what are you? Nick, run! Dude just fucking tased Maya! Maya! Out of my way! Phoenix, you just wasted her sacrifice. Oh, he got us. The letter's gone, of course. And he took the DL6 evidence. All of it. Back to having no clues. Wait, Maya jumped first. Maya! Is she okay? She's not a shark, it's fine. Maya! Maya, open your eyes. Maya! The letter. Did he take it? Huh? Oh. Yeah. Hello, Zai. We're apparently living in a situation where prosecutors can do whatever the fuck they want. I couldn't stop him. Yeah, now could the police. We're in the actual police station. I jumped as fast as I could, but one shot from that thing knocked me out cold. I'm useless. I'm no good as a lawyer or a medium. I can't even call my sister. Okay, you're not a lawyer. God, I hate to be the one to bring this up. You're a child. You should be in high school. Like, I think Maya's like 17 at this point. Yeah, you're no good as a lawyer because you're not a lawyer. Not even now, when we need her the most. We don't need your sister. You've done good. She could be in job training, but in job training is still not a lawyer. I wish I hadn't woken up at all. Oh! Okay, cool, game. That's where we're going with this? Maya! Ugh, there has to be some way I can help her. I'd better do something about her self-confidence first. Buy her a burger. That cheers her up. Maya? She's holding something. Nobody's a lawyer, Kuko. Good lord. What is that? A bullet? DL6 incident. Evidence number 7. Taken from the heart of Gregory Edgeworth. I remember. When Karma was holding this when Maya jumped him. Oh my god. It specifically says it bears clear ballistic markings. It's going to match the gun that old man used, and that's how we're going to prove he was the security guard. Because for some reason he got to keep his gun after leaving his job. I don't remember this at all, by the way. I'm just saying, they don't mention ballistic markings twice in one case for no reason. I'll prove it to you, Maya. You're most definitely not useless. I'll prove it to you in court tomorrow. I need to make it clear once again. These games are the dumbest fucking games ever. And I love them more than anything. Final day. The trial. Yeah. The jank is what it's all about. This is it. Judgment Day. Today things are going to get settled at last. A lot of things. Well, story jank. Ah! What's the big idea? Sorry, Nick. I only touched your shoulder. I guess the shock hasn't worn off from my run-in with the stun gun yesterday. Also not how that works. Oh my god, is Maya one of the X-Men now? Like, that's the only explanation I can think of. Did this awaken some kind of latent mutant gene? And now she can absorb and redistribute electricity? Anyway, today's the last day of the trial. Good luck, Nick. Yeah, thanks, Maya. Edgeworth is looking glum as always. You know what? That's probably fair, Josh. God, sissy. There's no part of that sentence I don't love. I hope Van Karma doesn't push him too hard. Oh! What are you doing? Sorry, I'm sorry. I just thought I'd cheer you up with a pat on the back. Maya, maybe you should go outside and discharge? Okay, so everyone's just accepting that apparently she is still producing electricity. Right, good idea. Try not to electrocute anyone on your way out. She has not electrocuted anyone. Electrocute, it specifically happens if someone gets killed. Oh, yeah, pal. Did she just kill him? Not quite. What's gotten into that girl? Detective Gumshoe. Morning, Mr. Edgeworth. Good morning. How did it go, Detective? Have no fear. As promised, I've captured our runaway caretaker. I just brought him in. Took all night, pal. Thanks, Detective Gumshoe. You must be tired. Actually, after that shock I got on the way in, I feel pretty good. Yogi says he's forgotten his own name. But that has to be a lie. Why would he want revenge on Edgeworth if he couldn't remember his past? He does remember, and I'm going to prove it. Do you think that's it? Do you think she keeps her electrical charge because she's a medium? Are ghosts made of electricity?
Court is now in session for the trial of Miles Edgeworth.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is ready. Right, very well.
Ah! Von Karma normally doesn't say anything. But he did this time. He's scared.
We have reached the final day of our proceedings in this trial. I ask that the prosecution submit decisive evidence. Understood.
He was shocked that Von Karma said anything to Gant. Von Karma hasn't said anything in the other days of the trial. Come on, don't be awed into silence by every little thing he says.
Very well, Mr. Von Karma. Your opening statement. Right. Thanks to Detective Gumshoe's efforts, the boat rental shop caretaker has been arrested. In yesterday's trial, the defense asserted that the caretaker was the murderer. However, the caretaker has yet to confirm this. I would like to ask the defense to cross-examine him as much as necessary.
I mean, yeah, Zizzy, that would be a good point. Hey, I had pretty fucking decisive evidence, and then I was robbed by Von Karma in the police station, implying that the police are presumably complicit? There's no way they didn't know what was happening.
Very well. Please bring the witness into the courtroom. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I believe you all remember our witness. He lives in the boat rental shop on the lake, from where he witnessed the incident. In addition, he has currently lost memory of his name and identity. Witness, why did you run away yesterday? The witness was not running away, as he will now testify. I see. Very well, please begin your testimony.
Tarvis, hello.
I'm really sorry about just leaving yesterday like I did. But I wasn't running away or nothing. I, went to buy some food for Polly, you see. I figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. I mean, I'd need one of those motive things, right? And I don't got one. So my testimony yesterday stands as is. Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, shall we?
He has to know his name. Yanni Yogi. You're Yanni Yogi, and I'm going to prove it. Not gonna press him on that. Why did you leave?
He's just about to say why. Is it so hard for you to just quietly listen when someone is talking?
If I sat quietly, Edgeworth would be guilty in 3 minutes. Food? Yes, yes, Phoenix, it's what people eat. It's what all animals eat, in fact.
Well, Polly is a bit of a gourmand, you see. He only eats these high-quality bird pellets from France. They only have them in the big pet shop downtown.
But you weren't arrested until this morning. Why didn't you go back to the caretaker's shack?
Well, kind of got lost, you see. The witness has trouble remembering things sometimes. When the police apprehended him, he was on his way back to the shack.
Yeah, right. Nice try, Von Karma. No one's going to believe that.
I see. So he was lost.
Please, Your Honor, come to your senses.
I figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow.
Correct, Lizard. In fact, if he has such trouble remembering things that he doesn't know his name and doesn't know how to get home, it would be pretty easy to get his entire testimony thrown out of court. In a sane world, which this is not. You've lost much of your memory, is that correct?
Yep. Seems like it.
It's all coming together.
Also fair, Chris. But his testimony still doesn't hold much water. Then how could you know that you didn't have anything to do with this incident? Or maybe you're lying about not having your memory, You know exactly who you are.
The witness has testified quite clearly that he has no memory of who he is. If you claim he's lying, then show the court proof.
Ugh. How am I supposed to prove what's going on in that old codger's head? It's actually a good question. Yeah, the ballistic... Oh shit, the bird? I think it's the bird. I have a slight suspicion that the bird's going to be important.
I'm glad you've come to your senses, Mr. Wright. Very well, witness, please continue.
This line here, he's obviously been coached. That's not how people speak. How can you say you had no motive? I say you do. You had a grudge against Edgeworth and the victim, Robert Hammond. That's why you took revenge on them, right?
Please don't make me repeat myself, Mr. Wright. This witness has no memory of anything beyond several years ago. He can't hold a grudge, it's impossible.
I have to prove he's lying about his memory. Otherwise, it's going to be the same thing over and over until the trial ends.
Might I say something, Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor.
You've been saying the same thing over and over. You've been calling the witness's memory of the past, or lack thereof, into question. But does this really have anything to do with the current case?
Of course, Your Honor. The witness has said he has nothing to do with this case and no motive. Both of these statements are lies. It's a pretty confident thing for a shark to say.
Order! Order! Mr. Wright, there is a serious problem with your claim. Or are you saying you know who this witness is?
Of course, Your Honor.
Ho ho! Now this is interesting. I would like to know myself. So, who is he?
Don't play dumb, Von Karma.
Mr. Wright, please tell us this witness's name.
Well, I appreciate this game. Like, you're trying to pull me in, turn this into more of a game than a visual novel. But two of these three people are dead. His name is Yanni Yogi, a former court bailiff.
Yogi? That name seems familiar. Oh! Yanni Yogi from the DL6 incident.
Oh, and this is how Von Karma introduces it. It figures the judge would have heard of it. It was such a famous case.
But what does this mean?
Your Honor, if this man is Mr. Yogi, then he has a clear motive.
Jumping to conclusions again, Mr. Wright. This man, this witness is Yanni Yogi? Fascinating. However, how do you propose to prove this to the court? This is a court of law, as you may recall. You need proof.
Is this a court of law? I'm not sure.
And allow me to repeat once more that the witness has lost his memory.
This is it. I have to do this now. If I can't prove he's Yogi right here, right now, then I've got nowhere else to go. Nick, how are you going to prove it? How can you prove that he's Yanni Yogi? It's okay. It's actually quite simple. Your Honor, please take this man's fingerprints. Then, we'll compare them to the fingerprints on file for Yanni Yogi 15 years ago.
I see. That makes sense.
Huh?
I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright.
Why?
The witness has no fingerprints. This, of course, is not at all suspicious.
What? What? No fingerprints?
You see, before I worked as a caretaker, I worked at a chemical plant. I burned my fingers working with this stuff. Yep.
Yogi, you sneak. You burned your fingerprints off to hide your past.
Well, if the witness has no fingerprints, I guess we will not be able to prove his identity.
No.
Well, what will you do, Mr. Wright?
You know, that's a fair point, Josh.
It seems that the case has been decided, no?
No! I know what happened. I know everything. I just can't prove it. But no, I can't let it end like this. I can't lose. I'm gonna save. I've got a feeling we've got quite a big moment coming up, and I don't want to lose. There has to be another way.
There is no one who can testify as to who this witness is. No one. No human person. Perhaps an animal, but what kind of animal would be able to recall information from an extended period ago?
Nick, what are we going to do? I didn't even consider that he might have erased his fingerprints. Yeah, because... What do I do?
Well, Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to cross-examine his parrot for a little comic relief.
You know what? Fuck your comic relief comment. Yes, let's cross-examine the parrot. Yeah, very funny. You're a sore winner, Von Karma. Wait a second. Cross-examine his parrot? What is it, Nick? No, you're not going to. Your Honor! The defense would like to take Mr. Von Karma up on his proposal. I love all the people who didn't know, who were joking about cross-examining the parrot. God, this game's stupid and I love it.
Take Mr. Von Karma up? On my proposal?
Exactly, Your Honor. I would like to cross-examine the witness's pet parrot. Which at this point is a more reliable witness than our chief witness, so whatever.
Order! Order! Well, what do you think, Mr. Von Karma? Need you even ask? This is a farce. I object.
I object to your objection. Wait a second. You were the one who suggested I cross-examine the parrot, Von Karma. Okay, clearly a joke. You're right to do as you suggested.
Well, if you're so desperate, then please be my guest. Of course, should you go through with this and nothing comes of it, then I hope you're ready for the consequences.
Nick, this is crazy.
Well, still want to go through with your little game?
Of course! Let the parrot take the stand! I think that's the finest text box in any game. Just those 6 words are perfect. I will cross-examine her, Your Honor.
This is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard.
And Karma's rigged every person's testimony, every piece of evidence. Except the parrot. She's my last chance. At least I think so.
Bailiff, bring in the parrot. That's quite a bird. Please, tell us your name. Name! The witness is ignoring me.
It must hurt to be ignored by a bird.
Very well, witness. Who is your owner? Please, testify for us.
Hello, hello. Because it's a fucking parrot.
Certainly the most concise testimony we've had so far. Very well, begin your cross-examination.
Right. What are you going to do, Nick? I don't know. What do we do, Maya? Witness, you can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere. I want you to testify. Maya, you talk to her. Right. What do I say? Like, have we forgotten something? Super important. I know that. But I just want to get the bird's name, at least for the court record. Maybe I should get her to say her name? Polly, Polly, what's your name? Polly, Polly, ah!
Mr. Wright, I think we've established that this parrot is named Polly. Does this have anything to do with her owner's identity?
No, it doesn't. Well, I guess it doesn't really have anything to do with that, no?
Please only ask questions pertaining to the matter at hand. Very well, witness, continue your testimony.
Well, I guess we should try to get some information out of her. We need to show the judge that her owner is Mr. Yogi. Yeah, it's, Have we forgotten something? As I recall, 2 days ago. Don't show us a flashback to the thing you're about to show us! Have we forgotten something? Don't forget DL6! If I can get Polly to say that here, that will prove that the caretaker had something to do with DL6. Polly, have we forgotten something? Hello, hello. Oh, that went poorly. That's not what you're supposed to say. Forgot. Something we forgot. Hello, hello. Uh-oh. It's not working, Nick. She won't say it. This is ridiculous. Why won't she say it?
Something the matter, Mr. Wright?
Oh my god, he coached the parrot? Wait. Don't tell me Von Karma expected this. He couldn't have retrained the parrot, could he? Did he train her not to respond when we asked if we'd forgotten something? Witness, you're here to speak. You must speak to me.
Frankly, I can't believe that you're speaking to the parrot.
Well, guess we should try to get some information out of her. Okay. I thought that would work. Okay, well, there are only 3 options, so I guess the safe number? Maybe I'll get her to say the number of that safe. Huh? The safe? Why? Let's just try to get her to say anything, okay? Polly, what's the number of the safe in the shack? 1228, 1228. Oh, the 28th of December, which is when DL6 happened. Duh. That's just me being silly. That is really far from being conclusive evidence, though. Lots of people use dates for lots of things, and, like, there's a lot that date could be associated with, even assuming it's a date. Even assuming it's a date, which there's no guarantee it is.
My, what a reckless parrot. Well, Mr. Wright, you aren't claiming that this number has something to do with the caretaker.
Actually, it does. That's why I had her say it.
Oh, ridiculous. How can the number to a safe tell us who the caretaker is? Show us your proof. What could possibly link this number to the caretaker's identity?
Well, line 1 of the case summary, bitch.
The DL6 case file? What is this obsession you have with that case? Mr. Wright, where in this file is something relating to that safe number?
On the case summary. It's on the case summary page.
The case summary?
Specifically, the date on which the DL6 incident occurred.
The date of the incident? December 28th? You're correct. Nothing else has ever occurred on that date. Why, that's today's date, 15 years ago.
And the number on that safe is 1228.
Ah!
He used the date of the DL6 incident as the number for his safe, Your Honor. That's how important that date was to him. Like, okay. Again, in some vague real world, why did you use that date? It's the date I bought the safe and I wasn't feeling very creative. I mean, fair, Toucans.
I see. It certainly is an interesting coincidence.
And that is all it is without anything else to back it up.
People often do set their secret numbers to dates. Bah, this is not tangible proof.
Von Karma is correct.
I set my ATM card's number to 0001 because I'm number 1.
Sir, you're going to have to change that now. Like, you can still be number 1 if you want, but just telling everybody, that is an incredible security flaw.
This has nothing to do with the date. Nothing. Indeed. Alone it is a little weak for evidence in a murder trial. We would need some other corroborating evidence.
am I gonna find that? Nick, we're getting closer. One more. If we can just get one more piece of evidence. Right, but what?
Very well, witness. You may continue.
What? Do I present evidence to the parrot? Chat, I don't like save scumming. But what the fuck, right? I've pressed him on every point. The only point. Can I get new things for Maya to say? No. That was not useful. Wait! Would the name Polly have anything to do with this case? Holy shit! His fiancée Polly Jenkins committed suicide. Holy shit! Okay, so apparently that does have something to do with the owner's identity. I did not see that coming. Yes, it does.
Huh? Ah, fascinating. You claim that the parrot's name will prove her owner's identity. Then show us this proof.
Toucans, that's a very accurate emote, because this is all bullshit. Nick, don't you think you're taking the bluffing a little too far? Listen, we're not here to answer the question of who is the caretaker. We're here to prove that he is Yanni Yogi. Phoenix! That's the same fucking thing! What? All we have to do is tie the name Polly to Yogi. Your Honor, the proof that the parrot's name reveals the caretaker's identity is the same piece of evidence again.
The GL6 case file? That's quite a large file you have there. Which page is this proof on, then? Show us or stop wasting our time. Very well. Mr. Wright, please show us the page. Where in this file is the information connected to this parrot's name?
The suspect data, for whatever reason. This page has all the information about Yanni Yogi. Right after he was arrested, his fiancée committed suicide. See?
Indeed it does say that, yes?
What was his fiancée's name?
Polly Jenkins. Polly!
Exactly, Your Honor. This is all still really weak. Polly is a very common name for, like, parrots. Like, famously. He wanted to remember the name of his fiancée who had committed suicide. That's why he named his parrot after her.
I see. I guess that is possible. Bah, a mere coincidence, that's all.
Again, I have to be on Von Karma's side in this. Imagine getting convicted on the strength of this evidence. God, even if you were guilty, you'd feel that this was bullshit.
My granddaughter has a dog she calls Phoenix. Well, Mr. Phoenix Wright, does this make you my granddaughter's fiancé?
God, no. Given your age, she's probably too old for me. Oh,
She's only 7 years old. That's enough. I think we've reached a conclusion here. This is a mere coincidence. That's all. True, that's a possibility. However, two coincidences at the same time seems more like a pattern to me. What are you saying? Summon the caretaker of the boat shop immediately.
you know, this music is at odds with the dude just sitting there sleeping.
Witness, tell us your name. Wait. This witness, he doesn't remember. Nope, it's okay. I've accomplished what I wanted to do. I'm done.
Oh! Nick, he looks totally different. This is the real Yogi, I think. Finally. He's been acting feeble to hide his true identity. Acting for 15 years.
Well, let me ask you again. Please state your name for the court. My name is Yanni Yogi. 15 years ago, I served as a bailiff in this court. Order! Order! Yanni Yogi. So was it you who killed Robert Hammond and tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death? Yes, it was me. I did it. They put me on the witness stand 15 years ago. Robert Hammond, he said I was mentally unsound. He told me it would make me innocent, get me off the hook. So I pretended to have brain damage. I was innocent, really, but he didn't believe me. We won the trial, but I lost everything. I lost my job, my fiancé, my social standing. Then this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. The plan was written out in careful detail. It was a plan for me to take my revenge on the people who ruined my life. I didn't care who had sent it. I thought this was my chance. After 15 years, this was it. Finally, a chance to have my revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. I have no regrets. Wait a moment. Revenge against Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean? I'm not at liberty to speak on that matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth himself? Anyway, I admit it. I was the one who killed Robert Hammond. Mankama, where is Mr. Yogi? Under arrest, Your Honor. I saw no room for error in his confession. Then the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, is innocent. In this case, at least. Very well. Will the defendant please take the stand? There are a few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you are cleared of suspicion for this particular case. So I would like to pass judgment on the murder of Robert Hammond. Any objections?
I don't believe it. Why isn't Von Karma saying anything?
Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth.
Yeah, I'm not sure that counts. Because that just cancels out the guilty from earlier, which we never actually got cleared. So I think he's in the exact same position as before.
That is all. This court is adjourned.
Objection!
Oh, shit! It was Edgeworth himself? It wasn't Von Karma. Wait, but that means... No. Edgeworth? Oh shit, we got the good music! Your Honor, I object to your judgment.
What do you mean?
I'm not innocent at all. As we have heard, Yanni Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge.
Call me Mr. Pig!
Zach! Hello! Thank you for the raid! Let's just give a quick shout out. Yes, thank you, Juice. Also, double shout outs. Everybody, please go follow Zach. It is Zach's birthday today. Happy birthday, Zach. Thank you so much for the raid. Did you manage to finish Halo? Also, Edgeworth is being a dingus. Which, I mean, I get. But also, you just got declared innocent, you dingbat. Nick, Edgeworth is trying to confess. He's going to say he's guilty. He's going to tell them he was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He's going to tell them he killed his own dad. Uh-oh, what do I do? Raise an objection. He's been found not guilty. You left it at the second to last level. You wanted to rest your voice after streaming for 5 hours. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. The judgment has already been passed. I object to Edgeworth's outburst. Okay, in this game's defense, it was fine with interrupting judgments that had already been passed earlier. Yes, get that cake, Zach.
Didn't something like this happen yesterday, too? I believe a certain witness raised an objection after the guilty verdict was passed.
Also, can witnesses raise objections? I don't think they can. That would be Larry.
We must hear this new statement. We must hear Miles Edgeworth. He's right. We have a duty to hear Mr. Edgeworth out.
You fucker. I fixed this for you.
For 15 years, I have had a recurring dream. A nightmare. It's only a nightmare, that's what I told myself. But now I know it wasn't a dream. Yanni Yogi wasn't the killer. You mean in the incident where your father died? From the distance of the shot, it wasn't suicide either. Everything was as clear as day. The murderer. The criminal in the DL6 incident. It was me. Your Honor, I confess my guilt. I am guilty for DL6, the statute of limitations of which ends today. The culprit is me. Order! Order! This is certainly unexpected, but since you were a child who didn't know what he was doing, and even if he killed by mistake, that certainly wouldn't make this murder, and would make it at worst manslaughter and whatever. The defendant declared innocent is confessing to a different crime. A crime for which the statute of limitations runs out today. I am not really sure how I should deal with this. Bah! It's obvious. We hold a trial. Right here, right now. We try this man for his crime of 15 years ago. I think I would like to take a 5-minute recess.
Judge runs away and never comes back.
During this time, I will consider the appropriate course of action to take. Court is adjourned.
Yeah, where's the fucking discovery part of this trial? I'm sorry, Wright. I just wasted all of your effort.
Mr. Edgeworth, I just don't believe it, sir.
I mean, you kill your dad? I didn't want to believe it myself, Detective. But it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances. Untrue! Like, patently. We have laws for this.
This is crazy. Just crazy.
Nick, what are you doing? Huh? Oh, I was just unbuckling Miles's belt and taking down his trousers to give him some relief. From the heat. Definitely not anything more than that. I was just reading through the court record once more. Okay, well that's different. I'm getting my case ready. Your case? For what? Huh? Isn't it obvious? I'm gonna prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent.
What are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it. He confessed that he did it.
Yeah, and Von Karma definitely didn't come here expecting to lose 2 cases in one day, so it's gonna be fun for him. I'm sorry, Edgeworth, but I don't believe your nightmare. What? It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in this court record. In any case, tighten your belts. The real fight is just beginning. Okay, so this confirms that Phoenix did unbuckle his belt. Like, that definitely happened. 15 years ago, oxygen deprived, in the dark, didn't even fire the weapon, simply threw the weapon. Like, there's no way he's guilty. I'll prove you're innocent. Trust me.
Right.
Also that, Chris, yeah. Like, oh, I have this recurring nightmare. Yeah, you were a traumatized child. You don't need to confess to a crime. You need to speak to a therapist.
Now then, I would like to resume our trial. Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He has confessed his crime.
Yeah, the fact that he mentioned it as a nightmare strongly links this to trauma, not to memory.
Let us begin by hearing his testimony. Then, though pointless, let the defense do their cross-examining. The statute of limitations on the DL6 incident runs out today.
God, I hope so, Chris. Unlikely, but I hope so.
Though it's unconventional for me, I'd like to run this one by the book. I see. Does the defense have any objections?
No, Your Honor. Von Karma, you knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you?
Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand?
Two cannons.
Will the witness state his name and profession?
Miles Edgeworth. I am a prosecuting attorney.
Mr. Edgeworth,
15 years ago, you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Okay, literally in the prosecution's opening statement is the word mistakenly. This ain't murder.
is this correct?
It is correct.
Then testify about this matter to the court.
When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That will be the key, but only if I can get it to work. Please, please. That day, I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all.
And until now, you thought this memory was a dream?
We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out and I lost my memory of the events. Again, if you're having dreams, you didn't lose your memory, you suppressed your memories because of trauma, and that strongly suggests that that's not reliable witness testimony. Whatever.
Bah, the same claim Mr. Yogi has made. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
Yes, Your Honor. I actually want to check something in the court document. Da-da-da. One bullet found in heart. The murder weapon was fired twice. Miles heard a single gunshot. So that's interesting. And I think that's going to be key. So we went to leave, an earthquake struck. I mean, no, that's not true, Chris. There are several issues here already. But yes, there are... like... The other big one is, if you check the photo, there are 2 bullet holes as well. So, what happened to this bullet? In fact, Chris, you're correct. This one instantly shows holes. That's also true, Zach. A moment later, there was a single gunshot. However, the gun was fired twice. I'm just going to press him on it first. The gun fired once? Yes. I think. After I threw it, I lost consciousness. Since then, they've echoed in my head every day. That gunshot and that horrible scream. I mean, there is that, Chris, but I don't think this game takes that into account. The scream. Oh! Maybe that is important. Still, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna save scum. This game's bullshit, so I will be too. Are you sure you only heard one gunshot? Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream. Then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came. The rescuers is in those cute little mice? That was a good movie.
I see.
No, Your Honor. Unfortunately, you don't. Look at this file one more time. This plainly contradicts the witness's testimony.
You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you?
Well, yeah, it's the only evidence we have in the case. What the fuck mean you enjoy dragging it out? It's evidence in a courtroom! Von Karma, you dickbag!
I don't accept this evidence, unless you can tell us what page it's on.
The victim data. Look at the victim data in this file. It says it quite plainly. The murder weapon was fired twice. I get that he just wants to win, but he's a dickbag. An actual bag of dicks. Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot, yet the murder weapon was fired twice. The first shot was the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So who fired the remaining shot?
Was there perhaps another shooter who fired that second shot? Your Honor, as I'm sure you're aware, this incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, we do not know when that second shot was fired. It might have been fired the day before the incident. There is no proof that the second shot had anything to do with this incident.
Actually, there is.
I see. You do have a point. Mr. Wright, the murder weapon was fired twice, as we have heard. One of those shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. Do you have any proof that the other shot fired had something to do with the case?
I do. Your Honor, I think I'll be able to show you proof.
What? Impossible. Now, Mr. Von Karma. Save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. Very well, Mr. Wright, show us your proof. Do you have evidence that the second firing of the pistol relates to this incident?
Yep. There are 2 bullet holes, baby. Look at this photograph. Every time I do it makes me laugh. Just so everybody's aware, I will never stop making that joke. I'm so glad multiple people were on their way to type that. This is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago. I can see that the victim lying there is Gregory Edgeworth. This proves the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo proves it.
So, let me get this straight. This photo proves 2 shots were fired?
Where? God, are you blind? Your Honor, please get a clue. I love the fact that even in this world, like even in universe, the judge is considered particularly dim. Right? Finger right in the hole? In the hole. There we go. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
As it should be obvious, the contradiction is here.
I see a bullet hole in the door.
Your Honor, Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from the pistol, yet there is also a bullet hole in the elevator door. We also know that the murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired that second shot. Yes, Greg, it was you. How could you?
Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at?
It's simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out. In conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else.
Mr. Wright! But who could that someone else be?
The murderer, of course.
I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright, look once more at the DL6 case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page.
The case summary? That's on page 1. I know we're gonna, like, see the whole thing in a moment, but I'm just curious. No clues found on the scene. I assume that's the part he's talking about? That's not very exciting.
Not a single clue was found on the scene. If the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, then the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene. He does have a point. That second bullet has never been found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That is the truth of this matter. The whole truth. It was undoubtedly something else that made that bullet hole in the door.
You called it a fucking bullet hole!
Order! I will have order! Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clearly. That the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident.
Yes, Kim. In fact, I believe that being a dick is the only crime in this world comparable to murder.
However, as Mr. Van Karma says, the second bullet fired was not found. It is highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked this second bullet. So all we have is the single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claim. I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter.
How did this happen? I don't believe that the second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident? What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising an objection? I'm sorry, Maya. What? It looks like I was wrong. Nick? If the second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are for nothing. No. But you said you'd do it, Nick. You said you'd get Edgeworth declared innocent. I'm sorry. It's just, when I saw the photograph, I thought that 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it. I thought I'd won. I thought there was another person. Someone else who fired the killing shot. But now, I was wrong to think it could be that simple. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years. Nick.
Well, it seems that we have finally cleared up this incident. Only 1 bullet was found at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth. Precisely. I would like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any objections?
No. No, I do not.
So you killed your father, though that was not your intention?
Yes, I did. Oh no. He's accepted the guilt.
Very well. The statute of limitations on the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant today, right here. Right now. Indeed. Does anyone have any objections?
I've been here before. It's just like my first day in court. There's so many things I know I should be saying. But my mind's gone blank. I can't find the words. The word is objection! Objection! Your Honor. I object.
Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object?
Oof. I like imagining that that's the Roblox oof every time. Nick? I don't know. His case is perfect. Oh no. Ugh. Must exist. Second bullet. What? What did you just say? Nothing. The second bullet must exist. But where? Someone took it.
It seems waiting is not going to produce us any answers from Mr. Wright.
Wait, Your Honor. The second bullet. It existed.
What? But we've just heard proof that it did not exist.
I realize that, Your Honor. I'm really grasping here. It's just... Someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened.
But who?
The murderer!
The murderer? Then tell us, just who is this murderer?
I'm still thinking about that one.
So, the criminal took the second bullet. But why?
Huh?
First of all, how would they have found it? It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for the bullet?
The murderer didn't need it. I remember most of the rest of this case, so I know a lot of the answers. But no, the murderer didn't need to find the bullet. Why would the murderer have spent the time to look for that stray bullet? I haven't got a clue.
What's wrong, Mr. Wright? Bah! The murderer had no reason to take that bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true.
Had to take it. Had to take it? The murderer? What does that mean? Thinking too normal. Think crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken. Ah, thanks, Shark Mom.
Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor. I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene. But the murderer had to take that bullet.
Had to, Mr. Wright? What do you mean?
Well, for instance what? Maybe the bullet hit the murderer?
The bullet hit the murderer?
Just saying, for instance. I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there. You know? Wait a second. I was just talking off the top of my head, but what if that's really what happened?
Let me get this straight. So at the time of the murderer themselves was shot? And they left with the second bullet still inside of them? Thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime?
Yes. I guess that's how it would work. Yes.
But there's a problem with that. The other two people rescued from that elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yanni Yogi, were both unharmed. So that would mean...
The murderer came from outside, yes. The two men fight inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. The pistol discharges, and the bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. And the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside. And then, presumably, closes the elevator door again afterwards? Because the elevator was sealed for the whole time. Whatever.
Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. I can tell you're grasping, yet I cannot deny the possibility of what you say. What are you saying? Deny it. Deny it. No one involved with the incident was wounded. There was no murderer.
Oh-ho! Are you saying that Miles is not a murderer? Gotcha, bitch! Paradoxed. No one was wounded at the time of the incident. He's right. I can't think of anyone. I can! God, it's obvious. Hey, Nick. Huh? I just thought of something really crazy. Crazy? Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday?
Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record.
Wow.
This must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. The kind of vacation I would expect a man with a bullet in his shoulder to take. Yes, an unusual event for the man, as if he had been shot. That was the first and last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting. The kind of vacation a man would take after being shot in the shoulder by mistake when attempting to commit a murder.
What if Von Karma didn't take that vacation because of shock, but took it because he was injured? Which would mean it could only mean one thing. He was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth. It was Von Karma. Oh, man.
Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You seem dazed.
No, Your Honor.
Well, you have indicated the possibility that the murderer came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect?
Uh-oh! Should I come out and say it now? Say it now. But before that, save it now. Your Honor, there is a suspect. One lone suspect. But Gregory, you're alive and that Gregory is dead. Also, thank you, Lizard. I do need to hydrate.
Well, this is certainly interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect?
My hands are shaking.
What?
Von Karma. Von Karma? I love the fucking silence, but the intense music in the background. Thank you, Lizard. I am currently a question mark.
You mean the Von Karma? The prosecutor? The one standing over there?
Thank you, Chris.
Bah. You don't object? I see no need. Why honor this ridiculous outburst with my objection?
Because you took a vacation for several months, starting the day after the incident. Yet you pride yourself on a perfect record. Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason?
So you're claiming that I took a vacation to heal from my injury from the incident? Fascinating. Prove it. I would have needed surgery, no? Where did I go under the knife at, Mr. Wright? Bring the doctor that operated on me, have him testify.
Nick, let's find out who his doctor is. It's no use. Edgeworth? I know Von Karma, perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave clues. He probably didn't undergo surgery. That would leave a doctor as a witness. Ugh, nobody's that perfect. So what, Nick? Did Von Karma pull the bullet out by himself? That's insane. No, he couldn't have. You can't just pull bullets out of yourself. Wait. What does that mean? That bullet has to be somewhere. But where? He took the bullet out with a parrot. Well, Mr. Wright, can you produce evidence to prove that I was shot? So, here's a funny story. This is what I remembered earlier that made me super excited. I can, actually. Alright, Von Karma. I'll prove it. And I'll even use evidence. I know how you like it so much. What? The evidence that proves Von Karma was shot is the fucking metal detector. It comes back around, bitches. Von Karma is perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery, leaving an evidence trail. So then I asked, where is that bullet now? I think it unlikely that Von Karma performed surgery on himself.
You don't mean...
I do. There is the possibility that the bullet is still inside Von Karma. God, I love how dumb these games are.
Is that even possible? For all these years?
Well, there's one way to find out. We could use this metal detector. Well, Von Karma, I'm going to run this over you and see what we find.
I refuse. You refuse? But refusing this means you acknowledge that the bullet is still inside you. Order, order, order!
I mean, apparently not, Lizard. Your Honor, the defense requests that we be allowed to use the metal detector.
Judge, I call for a suspension of this trial. This is an invasion of privacy.
The statute of limitations runs out on this case today. Ooh, can we get some cat jam, chat? This music is so good. It was you who said we had to end it right here, right now.
Enough. I permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Von Karma, you will submit yourself to testing.
Nick, what does this mean? I don't know, but we have to give it a shot. Loud beep possibly coming up. It reacted. Something's inside his right shoulder. The bullet. Mr. Von Karma? You. It was you.
I was afraid this would happen, and so I remained silent. Indeed, there is a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident.
What?
I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL6 incident. I claim that the bullet in my shoulder has no relation to DL6.
God, I would love that, sis.
But Mr. Von Karma, can you prove that? Prove? I have no obligation to prove anything.
Greg, it's so cute how you think anything matters in this world.
It is Mr. Wright who must prove something here. Not I. Mr. Wright? Well, can you prove it? Can you prove that the bullet in Von Karma's shoulder was from DL6? Of course he can't. You don't have any of the DL6 evidence.
That's untrue, my man. That's because you took it out of the records room yesterday.
With no proof, you cannot convict me of any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright.
No, I'm the one who's sorry, Von Karma.
What?
You were close. 1 day away from freedom. But you see, I have proof.
What?
Who would have thought you would dig your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I can link that bullet in your shoulder to the DL6 incident. And here's my final proof. It's the fucking bullet that killed Edgeworth. It still bears clear ballistic markings. Is this the right bullet? Because I feel like he must have had a different gun. I'm going... Yeah, I saved a while ago. I think it's this one.
That's a bullet? Where did you get that?
This is the bullet used in the DL6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely, with all the ballistic markings intact.
Ballistic markings.
You may recall the term. It came up in the first trial 2 days ago.
Ballistic markings are the fingerprints of a weapon. All bullets fired from a gun are marked with that weapon's unique pattern. By examining the markings, you can tell which weapon fired the bullet. It's quite accurate.
We have 2 bullets in our possession. One, the bullet removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other, Mr. Von Karma, is the bullet buried in your shoulder. We could analyze both bullets. Then if the markings matched, we would know that both bullets had been fired from the same gun. The very same pistol, in other words, the murder weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth. Mr. Von Karma, you will let us remove the bullet from your shoulder. Then we'll compare the ballistic markings to those on this bullet. And solve this case once and for all. Well, Mr. Von Karma? You do a big scary scream. That scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait, I know. Help, I can't breathe. Quiet, I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you. Stop breathing my air. Get away. Get away from my father. Bang. I like to imagine he sounds like just like a really badly hurt baby dinosaur. It's that scream I heard in the elevator. 15 years ago. Von Karma, it was you who screamed.
Mr. Von Karma? Edgeworth! Only You would dare defy me.
So, it was you. Oh!
You and your father are my curse. Your father shamed me with the penalty on my record. And you left a scar in my shoulder that would never fade. I'll bury you. I'll bury you with my bare hands. Death! Death! Chief Prosecutor, I am sorry.
But Karma, it's not like you to make this kind of error. I never would have thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you.
I was careless.
God, do you think that's how the last earthquake happened? It wasn't even an earthquake. Dude was just headbanging and ended up shaking the whole building. I'm sorry, but you will have to be penalized. I've covered for you in the past, but not this time.
Edgeworth! It was a shock like none I had ever known. Me, penalized? It took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court records room. I must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. The room was pitch black. The lights must have gone out. I went out into the hall and felt my way to the elevator. I pressed the button, but nothing happened. Then there was a noise. I was in pain, a horrible burning pain in my shoulder. Just then the lights came back on. The elevator door opened before my eyes. I saw 3 people inside, all lying unconscious from oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol lay at my feet. I knew then it was destiny. In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died, never knowing who had shot him. Later, he spoke through a medium, blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was the perfect crime. Who would have thought another man would have come to open that elevator door? Judge. What? What are you doing? Do your job. Bring an end to this miserable charade. Now, end it. Very well. It appears that we have come a very long way to the end of this maze. 15 years later, Mr. Miles Edgeworth?
Yes, Your Honor.
You were innocent. You are innocent. As you said, it was all a nightmare.
Yes, Your Honor.
This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth.
Hey!
That is all. This court is adjourned.
That is not all, sir. Sir, I feel like there's more that needs to happen, possibly regarding the other dude. Nick, we did it! Did you see his face? When Karma looked even paler than usual. He's pretending to be all cool, but inside you crushed him, Nick. Crushed. I gotta say, I'm impressed. It was pretty close, though. I was sure we had it. You know, I was on the verge of tears the whole time myself. But now it's all just a good memory. So, it's finally over, Edgeworth. Mr. Wright. Yeah? I'm not sure how to say this. I know! Try thank you. I see. Thank you, Wright. You're welcome. I think you could have done better than that. Yeah, try kissing. I believe that's a very effective way of thanking people. Ugh, sorry. I'm not good at this sort of thing. You got a lot to learn, Edgeworth. She's got you there. Whoop! Amazing, pal! You pulled through just like I thought you would. I'll never forget this. I owe you one, pal. And tonight, let's party. Dinner's on me. Yeah, my salary went down a bit this month. But who cares? See, Mr. Edgeworth? You should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you say thank you. I see. Whoop. I feel foolish. Don't worry, take it a little at a time. I like that that's the part he replicated, not the taking us to dinner part. It's been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth this unguarded. Hey, y'all! Lotta! Y'all were great in there. Thank you. Yo, Edgeworth, congrats! Thank you all very much. I knew you were innocent from the start, of course. Just look at you. You wouldn't stick your hand in the cookie jar even if no one was there. You were the witness on the first day of the trial, weren't you? Yeah, well, let bygones be good bygones, eh? Oh, toucans, there's a lot of that. Speaking of which, what are you doing now, Lotta? Who, me? Oh, I went back to college. I gave up trying to be an investigative photographer pretty quick. Really? That's too bad. Huh? Oh no, Chris, we solved that. It was the teacher who stole his money and then got the class to turn on Edgeworth. Isn't that the hot dog guy from the park? Huh? It's over, Nick. My life is over. Why the sad face, Larry? Oh, Nick, I'm not long for this world. You don't look sick. It's Kianse. She's going to live in Paris. Paris, Nick. She's leaving me behind. Should have seen that coming. Yo, Edgy, there you are. Yes, I am. Congrats, Edgy. Here, a little gift from me in celebration. Celebration? That's unusual for you. Harry Butts, you come along tonight too. My treat, pal. Huh? Thanks. I'm looking forward to it. Yo, Nick. That's the suit that questioned me. When he says treat, that's not police talk for prison food, right? Right? I think it'll be fine, Larry. Right. Yeah? What's up? That envelope that Larry gave me. It's got money in it. Well, yeah. That's not that strange. People give money away to celebrate sometimes. It's $38, right? Holy fuck! Larry was the thief all along? You son of a bitch! Huh? What a weird amount. I mean, it's not a little, but it's not a lot either. $38 exactly? Nick? Wasn't that exactly the amount of lunch money that was stolen from Mr. Edgeworth in school? 38... No. No, Larry, it was you? What are you so surprised about, right? Huh? Larry was absent that day from school, right? But that doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect. What? Think back to that day 15 years ago. Larry took the day off. But he was bored, so he came to school anyway. Nobody has ever done that. I just want to address that. People don't go to school when they're bored. Greg, I'll keep your secret. Then he saw the money lying there, and the rest is history. I never was good at history. Edgeworth, you didn't know, did you? I suspected. I just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like he did that day. Everyone else was saying you did it. The whole class was against you, remember? Yeah, too well. Right, you may not know this, but we used to have a saying back in school. When something smells, it's usually the butts. I know. Really, Wright. I'm surprised you didn't figure it out. Well, this sure is an unexpected turn of events, huh? Edgeworth. You should have told me! Now, Nick, it was 15 years ago. Don't you think the statute of limitations has run out, Mr. Edgeworth? I'd say so, yes. There you have it! Urgh. Where does that leave me? I became a defense attorney because of what you two did. Well, you have always been something of an insufferable emotionalist. Yeah, and you get worked up too easily, too. The death sentence for both of you! Man, if only I'd known I'd have become a prosecutor. The same goes for me, only the other way around. For the longest time, I thought that I might have killed my own father. I thought I might be a criminal. I became a prosecutor in part to punish myself. If I'd known the truth, I might have become a defense attorney after all. Edgeworth. Want to switch, Wright? Hey, y'all! Line up, I'll take a photo. Hey, photo time, let's go. And after that, dinner on me. Detective Gumshoe took us out on the town that night. Then I revealed that I was a shark, ate them all, and returned to the sea. It was a wonderful and fitting end to our story. We celebrated Edgeworth's newfound freedom, even though Edgeworth himself was still in detention. Why? I'm assuming it just takes time to process this shit. Oh, I went a little overboard yesterday. My head hurts. I like the fact that they don't quite say that he got drunk and he's hungover, but he got drunk and he's hungover. Huh? It's still only 5. Maybe I should go back to sleep. What's this, a letter? Good morning, Nick. You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you, it made me think about what I'm doing here. I'm a spirit medium in training, of course. I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth too. I wanted to help you, but I couldn't. I was useless. So I've decided to go back to my training. I'll become a full-fledged spirit medium for starters. I couldn't say it to your face, so I left this letter. Goodbye, Nick. Goodbye? What time is it? Oh, the first trains for the mountains have already left. To the station! I guess I'm too late. Hey! Nick! Maya! So, you're leaving? Yeah. It's hard being a spirit medium who can't talk to spirits. And I think you'll do fine without me, Nick. Be good, okay? Wait! What? I never could have saved Edgeworth without your help. Huh? On the last day of the trial, I heard her. I heard Mia's voice. You heard my sister? Yes, only her voice, but still. It was at the very end when I thought we'd lost everything. Well, that's my sister for you. Detective Gumshoe helped, and Mr. Grossberg, and even Larry. I'm the only one who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick. But you were the one who stopped Von Karma, Maya. Huh? I didn't do anything. All I did was wander around in a daze. Sorry, but I have evidence that you helped. Evidence? So, I don't know. I've never quite known what the thing is here. So, Baggy Bullet is... Shit, you're right. Baggy Bullet is the evidence she stole from Von Karma. Good lord, it took me 7 attempts to do that. I also thought it might be the parrot, because she's the one who spoke to the parrot. But I think you're right. I think it's this one, because she stole this from him. A bullet? Von Karma was convinced he had taken all of the evidence pertaining to DL6. But you were the one who rescued the last piece of evidence we needed. This was the bullet that put an end to Von Karma. Oh, Chris. Human minds cannot comprehend the things that parrot has done. You were the one who gave it to me. That's very kind of you, Luca. I don't blame you two cats. Nick. Thanks, Maya. I couldn't have done it without you. I'll be back soon. Huh? I'm going to complete my training and come back. Okay. I'll be waiting. Of course you will. You can't run that office by yourself. You're hopeless. Yeah! Maya has electric superpowers. It's fucking amazing. I don't know about that. So, this is it. See you soon, Maya. Such a cute little ending shot. Thanks, Nick. And so my story ends. Time to turn a new page. And say goodbye to the novice defense attorney that I once was. Now a new story begins. With the same old crazy cast of characters. Ah, don't think you've graduated yet, amateur.
Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to rethink that claim.
Yes, Your Honor. Uh-oh, got a bad feeling about this. So, there is a bonus episode. I believe this is true of all the games.
Hey, pal! Mr. Edgeworth came down to the precinct to wish me a happy new year. Talk about a pleasant surprise.
Whoop, Detective Gumshoe.
Then he hung his head low and went right back outside. Kinda like he was embarrassed or something. Strange, huh?
Yeah, so there are bonus episodes. I know there's one in this game, and I think there are ones in some of the others. I'm not going to be starting that today.
Huh, Nick? Nah, I haven't seen him lately. Who, me? I've been working at a cheese shop. That Missy's a nice lady, but she's not exactly what you'd call a cheap date. Huh? Oh, she's in Hawaii right now. Yeah.
So I'm not going to be starting the bonus episode today. I'll be starting that next week. And it has my favorite character.
Who? Wright? Yeah, I remember him. Yeah, he's been busy lately. You know, not to ring my own bell, but I sort of taught him everything he knows. I'm sure he's grateful.
Nope, Edgeworth's not my favorite character. I adore Edgeworth. Phoenix Wright? Ah, the defense attorney for whom I wrote that affidavit for, yes. Oh, you should know I've taken over management of the Gatewater Hotel. Should you be in the area, please, stop by. I'm trying to remember all the voices I did.
It's you, Phoenix Wright. Ah, yes, me as understudy. I wonder how he's doing. You haven't seen him of late. Ah, the days of my youth. Like the scent of fresh lemon, you see.
Who is this? Who is searching for Phoenix Wright? Going around to all the people he's met. Who could this be? Phoenix Wright? Is he an actor? Well, I'm not buying it. You can't be a star with a name like Phoenix, did you? Okay, I cannot keep up with this.
I'm pleased to announce the Pink Princess is a hit. I sure owe that Mr. Wright a great deal. Oh, and I'm keeping my face out of the public eye till it blows over. Wouldn't want to ruin any kid's dreams, you know.
I mean, who wouldn't, Toucans? Also, this is a good way to get people to watch through your credits. Oh, I got a letter from Maya the other day. It sounds like she caught a cold standing under a waterfall. I wanted to visit but didn't have time, so I sent her some Pink Princess trading cards. She can't buy them where she is. What kind of place is she living anyway? Shush, Kuko! We'll learn everything in time. Right? Who's that? You want to talk? Let's talk Pink Princess. Alright. But, you know, I snuck into the studio the other day. And I saw her. The one inside the Pink Princess suit. Ugh, what a dog. I was kind of shocked for a boy of my tender age. It's fine, Kuko. We will find things out. In time. Yeah, I remember, right? That lawyer guy. Oh, me? I'm in training to become a paranormal photographer. You know that picture I took of everyone? Well, just behind them, there's a ghost. For real? Now that's talent. I'm gonna be famous. And yeah, there was legit a ghost in the photo. Mia was there to cheer us on. Which is very sweet. Oh ho ho! A brand new episode has been added. Yes, Big Titty Ghost Girl. Fine, we'll start this episode. At least we'll go through this part of it. Oh no! Two simultaneous murders in two different buildings. And knockoff Sonic the Hedgehog was a witness. It's been 2 months since Maya left the office. 2 months without a single trial. I've had offers, but none I took. That is, until the day that girl showed up. Why do I come here to the office every day? It's not like I want to work. There you are, finally. Fuck yes. Fuck yes. I cannot express how much I adore this character. Where have you been? My sister's trial is tomorrow. Who are you? It doesn't matter who I am. It only matters who you are. The famous defense attorney, Mia Fey. Oh. Oh, no. No, she's dead. Oh, you're not Mia Fey, are you? I'm sorry, but Miss Mia Fey no longer works here. And by here, I mean the mortal plane. So you are the coffee boy? I'm Phoenix Wright, a defense attorney. Right. Wait, you're the Phoenix Wright? The Phoenix Wright from the Edgeworth murder case? Yes, that's correct. It wasn't Edgeworth who was murdered, though. That's your relief, then. You're better than nobody. Oh, God. Oh, I love this girl so much. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I'm not taking cases right now. But you are Phoenix Wright, right? The undefeated defense attorney? Look, I'm not accepting any new cases. I'm sorry, but you'll have to try elsewhere. Please, I'm out of time. But, please, you have to help. It's my sister. Maya, could it be? Okay, I'll hear you out. Really? Thank you so much. My name's Emma. Emma Sky. I'm a scientific investigator. And just ball of pure joy. God, I cannot express how much I love everything about this character design. It is so extra in all the right ways. The big pink glasses, you can see she's got like the vials on her belt. She's got the badges. Emma is just so good. Scientific investigator? Yeah. She is possibly my favorite character in the entire trilogy. I am genuinely going to stop now, but consider this reason to come back next week. For more Emma. You don't need to come back for me. I'm secondary. But come back for Emma. She's worth it. That is where I'm going to end today, and I want to thank you all so much for joining me. I am compared to Emma. Yeah, thank you so much for joining me. This was an incredibly fun stream. They always are. This game's so much fun. I love doing the voice acting. I love the ridiculousness of just the everything. Which is, you know, I think the everything is sufficient. And I love having you all here. Because it's a lot of fun. So thank you for joining me. Any raid suggestions? There's one person live who I'd kind of like to raid, but I would be open to suggestions as well. It's a link to the past. Oh, it's a co-op rando speedrun. So, very much the kind of thing Chair does. It is a fun series, and they are fun streams. While I set up the raid, we've raided Lee before, so I know that he's a good lad. My next stream will be Wednesday, 5:30 Eastern Time, going back to Dark Souls Prepare to Bean edition. And boy, I'm pretty sure there's going to be bad times ahead. Phoenix Wright returns next week Sunday at 2:30 Eastern. For my other streams, you can check the schedule in my Discord server. Prepare to forget B. That's also accurate, Zizzy. I'll admit that. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you have a great time zone ahead. Great afternoon, great evening, great morning, whatever time you're in. I hope you all stay cute. Since Lee is outside of the neighborhood watch, we're going to go with the standard P grade raid message. Just so that we hammer home that we are, in fact, the P graders. I will see you all in future streams, and I hope you stay cute, because you are. Ciao.